So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to cut this box apart. Cut all the joints, all the corners, cut the flaps off, cut the sides off, separate it all. This big piece, set it aside for now, we'll come back to it. These flaps though, don't worry about them, we don't need them. Hold on to one, we might need it later, but the rest can go away. We're going to cut these corners apart. This big piece we're also not going to need, so set it aside too. But these long sides we will use. So hold on to that. Hold on to that. Bring the big piece back, and then this last flap, you can cut the extra pieces off, but we are going to keep the flap. So toss that aside, toss that one aside, hold on to that one. So now, these two are going to be part of our legs, so we're going to cut them on a fairly good angle on the end. We want it to lean back a little bit. And we want to make sure that they have the same angle on them, so cut the second one using the first one as a guide to make sure that they're cut the same. Throw the corners away. Now, we're going to put some hot glue just on the long edge of these two pieces, not on the short edge, on the long edge, and then glue them onto your big piece. So once you have those two glued on, you can flip the whole thing over. And now, where the angled edges are that we cut, we're going to cut this other flap on 3 sides, the 2 short sides and 1 long side, and we're going to glue it to both of those legs on the angled edges and the big piece on its edge. So now, it kind of stands up, but it needs something else. So bring back one of those other flaps that we had set aside. Stand up your board so that it's at the angle you want it. Line it up with that top edge. And take a pencil. Just draw a line along it. This is going to give you the angle you need and the size you need for a kickstand for the back. Now cut those apart. This part, don't need, set it aside. This part is going to fit in just like this and act like a kickstand to give it that extra leg so that it stays upright. So we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue right on that edge that we just cut on an angle and attach it right underneath our box, right underneath our board. So now that we have all the legs together, we're going to need some holes to make this challenging. So I'm going to use a spool of yarn. You want to use something that's slightly bigger than the marble that you'll be using so that it will fall through the holes. And then just trace around it a few times. I'm making 8 holes on this one. Take a scrap piece of cardboard, put it under as a cutting board. If you have a cutting board, you can use that too. This is just to protect your surface. Get an adult to help. Sharp knives are sharp and they're dangerous. We want to keep everyone safe. So you're going to cut out all your holes. Make sure the knife is closed when you put it away and flip it over. And now comes one of the fun parts. So now we get to decorate our game. So I'm going to paint mine completely blue, but you can do whatever colors you want, whatever patterns you want. You can draw a picture on it, anything you want. Make it yours, make it cool, make it creative. And while that dries, we're going to cut a couple of popsicle sticks. So this is going to be making the cradle for our marble. So I made a little bit of a triangle shape. The thing with this, you'll want to make it fairly heavy. You want it to be strong enough to pull the string back through the straws that we have glued at the top corners there. Just little pieces of straw. But you want your cradle to be relatively heavy so that when you pull it up to the top, you can then have it pull itself back down a bit. So now, their string, we measured it out. We want it to be a little bit longer than twice the length of our board. and then put the ends together and follow it to the end to find the middle. Make the middle a loop, pass it through the triangle, through your cradle, and just do a slip knot. Just open up the loop on the other side, pull the end strings through, and tighten it up. Once your game board has dried, mine's not quite dry in the middle, but it's dry enough I can start drawing my pattern on a little bit. Then we're going to design our path. So I'm making a start line, a finish line, and a line to follow to get between them. But you can do whatever you want to do. You can do a start line, you can do a finish line, you can have different checkpoints that you have to hit each checkpoint in order to complete it. However you want to do it. And then once you have your pathway done, then we're going to get ready to attach the cradle to it. So finish your pathway, take your cradle, split the two strings, make sure they're straight, figure out which side you want your cradle to go, which side works best against the board. And then we're going to put one string up in this corner. We're going to put it right through the straw. And we're going to do the same thing with the other string. And once you have it there, put your marble in the cradle and start playing. Have fun, see if you can do it. And if you need a way for your string to stay in the straws without coming out, you can tie a knot or tie it to a paper clip or something.